Hey everybody, welcome to Dan Bullman Photography. This week I give you my top 4 reasons why I shoot film. So this episode is part 1 of a 2-part series on my balance between shooting film and shooting digital photography. I shoot mostly film now, but this is a relatively new phenomenon for me. I basically grew up with digital photography. Now, when I was really young, my family shot a lot of disposable cameras and Polaroid film and that sort of thing. But for the most of my adult life and early teens, I was shooting with digital cameras. So this is a new development for me, shooting film. Today I shoot probably 90% of the photos that I take for artistic purposes on film, either 35mm, medium format, or even instant film. So digital has sort of receded to the background for me in terms of my creative pursuits. I think a lot of people today who are still shooting film or getting into film do it out of nostalgia. Maybe they remember shooting when they were younger, or it's all they've ever shot with. So for me, that's not really the case. So I wanted to dive into the 4 main reasons why I started shooting film. So the first reason that I got started into shooting film is because it is challenging. I think it's really important for photographers or creatives, or really anybody who's pursuing anything that they want to get better at, is to continue to push your boundaries. Try to find new ways to explore new avenues and make yourself better. So for me, I was really stagnating with the photos I was taking with my digital cameras, and I really wanted something that was more challenging and made me think through the process a little bit more. So this is one of the reasons why I first got into film photography. So shooting film was really a challenge that helped me become a better photographer. Now, as opposed to digital, where you can review the results instantly, you can't do that with film. So this really forced me to take notes and consider what I was doing at each step of the process, because I didn't want to waste money or time or anything, blowing a whole roll of film and getting a bunch of dark or way overexposed images. It really forced me to slow down and start taking more time with my photos so that I could achieve a better result. This brings me to reason number 2 why I prefer film, and this is that it slows you down, which makes you a better photographer. Now, with digital cameras, you can just snap off shot after shot after shot after shot without even really paying attention to your composition or the settings on your camera. And it doesn't really matter, because you can just delete all the bad photos and, you're done with it. But with film, a lot of the limitations of film slow you down, which makes you have to think more about the photos you're taking. So one of the first things is it costs money, and you only get 36 shots on a roll of 35mm film. So you're limited by the number of shots you can take. You can't just fill up an SD card with thousands of shots. You have to, slow down and be more considerate with each photo you take, because each photo costs money. Moreover, most film cameras are fully manual. Now there are some point and shoots and things of that nature, but with a lot of film cameras, you are manually focusing the lens, and you're manually setting your aperture and shutter speed and all those things. So it really slows you down to, 1, get the camera in focus, and 2, make sure you're setting your exposure settings right so that you're not wasting frames. For me, this has really helped a lot in terms of actually thinking through the process of taking a photo, and I think it's actually improved my composition. Now, I noticed when I'd be taking portraits or something with a digital camera, I'd just be snapping off shot after shot after shot, trying to capture expressions or certain things and move quickly. And what I found was I would take a lot of bad photos because of this, and most of them were unusable. Like, I would have things that were really badly composed, or they had really distracting elements in the background, or they'd just be out of focus because I wasn't really paying that much attention. And this wasn't improving when I was shooting with my digital camera because I sort of just fell into the same pattern. But when I started shooting film, because I had to slow down and get things in focus and do that, I started noticing errors in composition or distracting things in the background, like if I would be taking a portrait, maybe there's a trash can or someone pushing a baby stroller or something in the background if we're in a public place like a park. And I would be moving around so that I would compose the image better, to crop those things out or just get rid of them entirely. And this is something that has translated from when I shoot film to when I go back to shooting digital. I'm now thinking through the process of taking a photo more, and I think that this has made me a much better photographer, and it's entirely because I started shooting film. Okay, reason number 3 why I prefer film over digital is I prefer the aesthetic quality of film. Now, as many of you know, I really like color film, particularly Kodak Portra 400 and Fuji Provia 100. And I just like the way the colors look out of those films as opposed to what I get out of any digital camera I've shot with. Now, with programs like Lightroom and Photoshop, you can obviously do a lot to manipulate the colors of digital photos when you're shooting in RAW. And you can do the same with, film when you scan it. But generally, I like the sort of baseline that I get, the sort of neutral colors that I get out of the camera with the film I shoot. I prefer those to the colors I get out of the RAW images that I shoot on my Sony a6000 or my Canon DSLR camera. Now, you can certainly get tremendous color and detail out of digital photography, especially some of the latest cameras that are coming out with really high megapixel counts and great RAW performance. But there's just something about that highly polished, processed, digitally processed look that I just don't really like. I think it looks a little bit too sanitized or a little bit too fake. So I'm just not the type of person who likes to go into Photoshop and really totally transform an image by manipulating all these colors and dodging and burning in different areas and doing all these gradient maps and crazy things that photographers are doing nowadays. Now, if you like that aesthetic, that's great, do whatever works for you. But for me, I really just like the colors that I get out of film naturally, and I just prefer it, and that's one of the biggest reasons that I shoot film. Now, I know not everybody overly processes their digital photos and that you can sort of process things to a more minimal look or anything along those lines. But for the way I shoot, I just prefer the way that film looks over digital. So the 4th and ultimately the most important reason why I shoot film is it's just more fun for me. I just enjoy the process of shooting film more than digital. I like holding, the big heavy cameras, although that can be a pain sometimes. But I enjoy the process of loading film into the camera. I enjoy the process of advancing the film. I like the mechanical feel and parts and all of that stuff. I like sending my film off to the lab and being able to wait for it. I think it builds excitement for me that I don't get when I shoot digital. And just the whole process of putting more thought into the photos and just the look and feel that I get, I just have much more fun shooting film. So that's why I do it. So again, this is just me and my opinion, and I think it's important for you to figure out what you like best about photography and how you want to shoot. Maybe you like shooting digital better. Maybe you really like working in Photoshop or in Lightroom and post-processing the images. Maybe you like being able to review the images immediately on the back of your camera or immediately pull them over in your computer when you get home from the shoot. But for me, it's just I like film better than digital. So why do you shoot film? Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think, and I'd love to hear why you guys are shooting film. I assume if you're coming to watch my channel that you probably shoot more film than digital, but if you're shooting digital too, let me know why you love that. So Please subscribe to my channel if you like these videos. I've got new content coming out every Wednesday, and I have a lot more videos planned. Next week I'll be posting the video where I sort of strike a balance between shooting film and shooting digital and the role they both play in my life. Also, head over to Instagram and follow me there. I've got a lot of my portrait shoots and photos posted up there, so you can sort of see what I've been up to by following me at Dan Bullman. Also, my Pittsburgh Penguins are in the Eastern Conference Finals, so be rooting for them this week, and hopefully we can beat the Tampa Bay Lightning and go on to the Stanley Cup Finals. So yeah, let's go Penguins! So this has been another episode of Dan Bullman Photography. We'll see you next week. Peace.